Okay. That I'm not boring you with the details of that. I usually keep that going for a little longer. Let me check something first of all. Am I on a different funny mic? I am not on a different funny mic. I always gotta check, I feel, just to make sure. But, hi guys. Welcome to the stream. Hey, it's lovely to see you guys. It's an interesting day, chat. So as you can tell by the title, we're just gonna be chilling for a bit, mostly just talking, and we might be doing some corruption stuff. I'm very much saying might. It is probably like less than a 50% chance, but we might be doing it. I'm not too sure, but I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. Just about some stuff that I've been I just kind of want to level with you guys a little bit. First of all, I want to make a very formal. I want to make like a sort of formal apology to you guys. Video schedule has been so jacked up recently, and I really apologize for that. I've had a lot of fun recording videos for you guys and doing a lot of the stuff on stream. However, I've been having a really, really hard time having the motivation to edit. And that has been tough. But, you know. It's a whole thing. Your new format for the Perfectly Normal videos are way worse than the original. Please go back to the old one. I will not be going back to the old one, just for the record. That is purely for the purpose of, A, my own voice. B, I'm just going to be honest with you. I look back on those videos, and they're just downright not funny. I don't enjoy them. But I enjoy the new format a lot. I don't intend to switch. Again, I appreciate the feedback. It's just, I'm not going to be switching, to the old format again. It is just not, it would be disingenuous of me to do so. But yeah, no, is a whole thing. My man Jordan, how you doing? Hey, Noah, great to see you once again. I know you're quite the regular here. I'm doing okay. I'm having a really tough time right now, chat. I'm actually I'm having a lot of struggles with just motivation, as well as being able to stay awake. Like, my energy is jacked up, dude. Like, even if I go to bed at a decent time, my body just doesn't know how to, deal with everything. It's like I'm just having, huge energy issues. And it's rough, man. And again, Chad, I really do apologize for everything being just so out of whack. I'm trying to get some stuff in my own life together for the most part, but I also just have not had a lot of motivation to actually do some stuff, and I really do apologize for that. Red Bull, okay, here's the thing, caffeine. Here's the thing that you need to know, Chad. Caffeine works, but it jacks you up. It's not healthy. And I'm trying to be healthier. And that is the way that things currently are. But I'm doing my best, chat. I'm doing my best. This, got any plans for the holidays? Listen, I am going to be going to, I believe, I want to say my aunt's on my mom's side on Christmas Eve. And then I guess we're doing our own Christmas stuff on Christmas. And that's a lot of the gist of things. I don't drink Coke or Red Bull. Like, the thing is listen, I'm a very heavy caffeine person, but I just want to like generally try and be healthier, and it's tough. Gonna be celebrating my mom's B-Day soon. Big pogs all around. That is great to hear. Absolutely, you love to hear it. Check some stuff on. Yeah, okay. How's the cats, Ava? How's Bob's doing? So it's funny that you mentioned that, Sylvia, because Bob, I just had me lunch chat. Just had me some lunch, and it's breakfast food because listen, I realized that for me, breakfast food is good no matter what time of day you have it. So I just had some bacon, eggs, and biscuits for lunch. Scrambled eggs, very good stuff. Holy moly, it's good stuff, man. It's such good stuff. Bob, if you're really wondering, we had a box sitting on one of our counters in the kitchen, and Bob just decided to climb in that and sleep in it. And his fur color, he's an orange cat. He just blends in with the box, so I didn't even notice at first he was in the box, but he was just peacefully sleeping in there, and it was very, very cute. Very, very, very cute. I plan on getting more GameCube games. I'm asking for 2 Star Fox games on the GameCube. Yeah, my thing is that for Christmas, so there's not actually a lot new. Per usual, I usually just ask for like Steam gift card stuff, just so I could get some hit games on Steam. But, I plan to be getting my girlfriend Uno, so that we can play Uno together, which is going to be super sick. It's going to be a great experience. And I'm trying to think. My brain's blanking. Oh, yeah. So, chat, I might have mentioned now, again, because this is more on the more expensive side of what I was asking for. There's no guarantee that this will happen. But basically, I asked for the Logitech C920, which is a webcam. Now, here's the thing. I have been using the same webcam for all of my time that I've been doing YouTube, right? I've been using the same webcam since February of 2015. So, am I completely due for an upgrade from the Logitech C250? Yes, 100%. Now, here's the thing, though, about the Logitech C920. There is something very specific about it that I am hoping it has. So let me just riddle this on you real quick. Basically, the Logitech C920 is infamous for something. So it's got good webcam quality, better than my current one. So even if I end up accidentally getting the V2, which is the updated version because of something they had to fix that I'll mention here in a second, you at least still get better camera quality. So I can't complain on that forefront. But basically, the Logitech C920 is very infamous for being the J-Schlatt funny mic. Now, if you've never heard what the J-Schlatt funny mic is, if you have never heard it, you are missing out. Now, again, to give you an idea, this is simply just the mic that comes from the webcam itself. So, to give you an idea, this is what it sounds like. just if you want me to run it by you again. It's really good because of how crunchy it is. It is really funny. It's super funny, dude. High quality, I know, right? Dude, it's so high quality. Oh, dude. But that is a lot of the big thing I'm banking on. And honestly, I want to use that for so many bits on the channel. And I made sure that when I gave my mom the link to the webcam, that because Amazon, here's the thing, again, the C920, it had two different models. Basically, there was the V1 and V2. The V2 basically was the same thing, it just fixed the mic. It fixed the mic. Now here's the thing though. Did you just have the video on deck? I pulled it up on Google. But basically, the V2 was the same thing. It just fixed the mic. And I made sure that when I sent my mom the link, Amazon still actually has a thing for the V1 of the webcam. It is listed as the discontinued by manufacturer version, but you can still buy it. So that's what I'm banking on. Now, realistically, could I end up somehow still getting the V2? Yes. Would that still be good in the long run because it's a better video quality? Yes. So really, either way, if I end up having the funny mic or if I don't, you're still getting something better out of it. You know, obviously you're killing two birds with one stone if I manage to get better camera quality and yet a funnier mic. I don't know. It's interesting, man. But it is a little interesting. You know. I know last time I watched one. I know what a crappy webcam sounds like. Just ask Wizard Jensen. I kind of want to know what it is. I want to know what Wizard Jensen's mic is. It's a headset mic, I think. Listen, like, the closest thing I could get is kind of the funny mic would be perfect for the corruption videos. Yeah, actually, though, that's kind of what I was thinking. That's, like, legitimately what I was thinking. Do. Ooh. Yeah. But fellas, this lunch definitely hit different. It definitely hit a little different. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. You know, Christmas is in 4 days. I didn't even realize it was this close. I didn't even realize it was this close. For as long as I can remember, you've sounded the exact same in every single video. I mean, yeah, I would imagine. I mean, my mic changed drastically, like, for the better. Because I went from my Logitech C250 webcam mic to a Blue Yeti, which is what I currently use. And I guess now I'll potentially, if I do end up getting the C920, I'll end up potentially having a funny mic to use on the side. Obviously, I could switch to my C250, and the C250 does sound pretty garbage, but it's actually better sounding than the funny mic. From a realistic standpoint, it is better sounding. Yeah. I'd also like to mention, chat, I put the corruptions on there mostly because, like, we might do them. Again, I'm not banking on it, though, to be honest. This is probably just going to be a short stream. I'm just talking to you guys for a little bit. You know, not to clickbait you. Didn't mean to clickbait you. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying, like, I kind of just want to chill. I love talking to you guys. I love catching up, especially since right now videos are a little wonky. I think a good way to get into it is probably like around New Year's is when we could catch back up. However, I do want to mention that I am hopefully as of today going to be starting something very good in the works. And, like, let's just say, if everything does get it set up, there is definitely some cool stuff in the works regarding something that we did on Christmas last year, which is a Christmas album. So for those of you who didn't see it, it didn't do insanely well, which is kind of what I was expecting. But basically, we released a full album on Christmas that was done all in a matter of 2 days, where me and DP screamed and were auto-tuned over Christmas songs. We even had our own little death metal rendition of Jingle Bells, which was a fun experience, with a bonus track of DP rapping over one of the Parappa the Rapper 2 songs, which was really cool. The big twist to it was kind of the fact that we actually made the album within 2 days. like 2 days. We started on it on December 23rd. Technically, it was only 1 day because we finished it around kind of like midnight of December 24th. Well, no, midnight when it crossed over to the 25th, and we released it at noon of Christmas. Now this time we want to be a little more prepped. We want to be a little more prepped, I say, as we're 4 days away from Christmas. And for all I know, listen, the sequel to the Christmas album might not even happen. But like, hey, I'm just saying, chat. Like, it could be good. It could be good. We could get it done within the next 4 days. That's double the amount of time that we had on the last one. Of course, that is considering that we start on it today. Dear God. But, I don't know. Is big stuff. I'm very excited though, for Krima. Again, hope you guys all get some really cool gifts. And my plan is that hopefully, starting around the new year, I'm hopefully gonna get back into regularly scheduled content. Because November and December have been kind of nutty months of just kind of like, well, November was okay. December has been not a very motivated month for me. And that's okay, honestly. That's okay. Listen, I have an excuse to do it because, like, honestly, December is pretty bad for ad revenue, so I could just use the joke excuse that it's for that reason, even though I really don't think that would be the case. I did my Christmas list 4 days before Christmas Eve, and if you know Hispanics, we celebrate Christmas on the 24th, going into the 25th at midnight. I actually kind of like that format. Are you going to watch the new Matrix movie? Probably not. I'm not much of a movie person in general, although the Joker 2019 movie was so good, and I love that movie to death, probably because I'm a psychology nerd. Everything about that stuff. I will also say, chat, this is weird, but I just got reminded of it. So, I was thinking about doing something hopefully on a stream soon. It wouldn't be today, but there's a very specific game I want to play on the channel for you guys. Maybe not have it be in actual videos, but be in at least streams, which is Fnaf Security Breach. So let me explain. It's Fnaf, and I know for some people that's a little frowned upon. However, I would like to remind you that a big part of the foundation for this channel for like the first 2.5 years was Fnaf. And I love Fnaf. I have a soft spot for Fnaf. Because I don't know, I grew up with it, and is really, I love the franchise. Security Breach looks amazing. It looks amazing. I've heard it's a little buggy. By the way, I'd like it to be known that Security Breach as a whole, I've heard, takes around like 4 to 5 hours on a casual playthrough. Didn't Scott retire? Yeah, but he was technically working on Security Breach, so this is kind of his last game. But Steel Wool Studios is going to be like leading the charge for FNAF, so FNAF's not going to be over after Scott's retirement. It's just that Steel Wool Studios is going to be the main directors of everything with it. But you know, the funniest thing, chat, that I'd like to mention to you is that Security Breach has been known to apparently have a couple bugs in it. But what's really interesting, what's really interesting is that FNAF Security Breach currently, and this isn't on the record, but basically, the world record by technicality in Security Breach for the 4 hour or so game, 4 to 5 hour game it is 5 minutes. And you may be thinking, what? How did the game go from 5 hours to 5 minutes? Well, that's because apparently the game has really bad performance issues. So there's this really weird thing where it doesn't load in things as quickly, meaning that it doesn't load in assets for literal collision. Meaning You could walk through an area and just end up walking out of bounds straight to the final room of the game. Because that final room is specifically occupied for one cutscene, which is the end cutscene to one of the endings. So, I just find that really, really funny. I think that is stupid funny. And that's all because of literal performance issues that somehow got past playtesting, if there was any playtesting. Don't get me wrong, Security Breach looks great. It looks really expansive, but good God, there are some bugs in there. What's your favorite animatronic? If you're talking about in terms of the whole FNAF franchise, I have a really, really big soft spot for some reason with Nightmare Mangle. I have no idea why. Chat, if I'm just going to pull this up for a second. Hold on. Nightmare Mangle. We do a little... Like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, chat. I just gotta tell you. Chat. Look at this freaking... Look at her. Look at her, dude. Okay, well that's like a weird render. Now look at that. Come on. That just legitimately looks sick. And I love it. And then when you see it in the actual in-game render, it's like, whoa. That's like low-key kind of intimidating, chat. I know. It's so scary. It's so incredible. Excuse me? I didn't mean to do that, OBS. But it is great. Do you have any expectations for the FNAF film adaptation if it ever decides to actually get a script and start filming? So that's the thing, is like, listen, I want to have high hopes for it, but God, it is literally the FNAF movie I feel like has been talked about since like FNAF 4, which was like 2015. Here we are, current day. Hi, babe, I love you. Hi, Riley, love you too. Hope you're doing well. What do you think about Vanny? They seem very pog change of pace to the way that characters are done. Boop, 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 boop. So anyways, I do a little jig. Ayo, Miro, for the record, she's allowed the simp because that's my girlfriend. She's allowed to simp. Well, okay, my hair's kind of a mess. Interesting twist. I know, right? I overachieved and did a whole bunch of... Yo! Big Pogs, can we get some +2s in the chat? Chat for Riley. +2? Come on, chat. +2? Glamrock Freddy is literally a dead. Okay, that's a big thing. Glamrock Freddy is like legitimately such a Pog character, and I did not expect any of it, but I did not expect him to be the fatherly figure that he is in the game. But good God, I love it. So chat, I was actually going to tell you about something really funny, and this kind of ties back into when I was talking about Security Breach speedrunning. Basically, like I said, Security Breach's current world record by technicality, even though it can't be put up on leaderboards due to it being a performance bug exploit, is 5 minutes. Now, if you're not doing any shady stuff like that, the world record is about 20 minutes, which is still kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous. But basically, the big thing is that I want to try and basically I want to try and see if I can get world record in Security Breach. Now, you may be wondering, why is that so significant to you? Why is Security Breach such a big deal? Listen, so there's a little bit of lore to this, right? My speedrunning experience has lore, chat. So, listen, I've experimented with a little bit of Mario 64 speedrunning, everything of the sort. I can BLJ up those freaking infinite staircases. I can do that. However, where I feel like my speedrunning experience really shines, that some of you may or may not know about, probably don't know about, is that for a solid year back in, I believe, 2018, I held the world record in Fnaf 4 any percent. I had the world record in Fnaf 4. That's still so funny to me, and I like jokingly brag about it. Yeah, I held the world record in Fnaf 4. What you gonna do about it, dude? Round of applause for Ava. Thank you. But that's a whole thing. I held the world record in Fnaf 4 for a solid year. And the thing is, I would just like to call out the speedrun.com leaderboards for a second. Here's the freaking thing, dude. I would like to call out the speedrun.com leaderboard because what happened was that no one ended up surpassing my world record. Just so you know, and that's not me trying to flex. No one surpassed my world record. So you may be wondering, how the frick did you get taken off the leaderboard? Very simple. Thank you for asking. Basically, they changed the way the rules for any percent works a year after I had already set my world record. So if you had exploited anything that wasn't part of that new rule set, you were freaking wiped off the leaderboard. So they wiped my world record off the leaderboard. And I gotta tell you what, when I say that I checked back on that and I was molding to see that my world record was no longer up there, I mean it. I was livid. I was livid, dude. Can you tell? I was so livid. And honestly, props to the new world record holder of any percent. Like, let me just look up who it is. I'm speedrun.com. Okay. So, Five Nights at Freddy's. So we do a little, Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Okay, so props to the current any percent world record holder, official HRS, aka he's got a time of 20 minutes, or 27 minutes from 10 months ago. Congrats to you. Hope you're doing well. I hope that title really just serves you well. You know what I mean? Me, on the other hand, I earned it fair and square. And quite frankly, I will not stand for it. I will not stand for it. Everyone can beat security breach in 5 minutes with glitches. See, that's the thing. And that's what I'm getting at. So, my plan is to reclaim my title in FNAF speedrunning with security breach. Now, here's the thing. Does it take a lot more skill? Yes. There's actually a lot more effort I got to put in if I'm speedrunning security breach. However, I've been practicing throughout my League of FNAF. I was, for a good bit, I don't think I ever officially put it up on the leaderboard, but I managed to get into third place for FNAF Sister Location Night 1. Specifically Night 1 because they have individual leaderboards for the individual nights because, each night in Sister Location is different. But I got third place in frickin' Sister Location Night 1. And you know what? We're getting somewhere, chat. We're getting somewhere. So, So that's the deal, chat. I'm going to become the world record holder. I'm going to reclaim my title in the FNAF scene for FNAF speedrunning. Because after the FNAF 4 incident, I was never the same. Honestly, dude, I was molding. I was really just molding to the highest degree, and I was not a happy camper. So, if that really tells you anything, then, hey, it is, that's how it is. But I hope you all will support me on my journey of getting the world record in FNAF security breach. It's going to be a lot harder than getting the world record in FNAF 4, even though my world record in FNAF 4 was by literal milliseconds. But, we can do this, dude. But that's the plan. So hopefully you all will support me on that journey. Maybe I'll even take you guys along my practice runs in security breach. Who knows? Maybe I'll let you guys in on it. Let you guys in on my finding my world record, dude. getting my world record, because the current world record with like an actual like proper, because I mentioned the 5 minutes thing, the 5 minute time couldn't be put up on speedrun.com because that actually exploits like performance issues. So if you have a better PC, you actually can't do it. If you have a worse PC, you literally have an advantage. The world record currently for the Vanny ending is 13 minutes. And that was posted today, so that's going to be interesting. There's a lot of 14-minute times on here. Okay, so I guess I know what I'm up for, man. All endings, there's no, escape ending. I'm trying to see what the quickest route would be, right? Like, is the Vanny ending the quickest route? Let's see here. Oh, there's a... Oh, no. There's an unrestricted category?
I'm having that.
Hey, yo, hold on. Okay.
And I also kind of...
Why does it just deload like that? Okay, so there's an unrestricted category that does allow you to do that 5 minute thing, and you know what? I may try that. Genuinely. You mean if I have NASA PC, I will get better records on... No, you'll get worse records. Like, what I'm saying is that if you want to do the unrestricted category for security breach, you actually are going to get a worse record by far if you have a better PC. If you have a worse PC, you literally have an advantage. The game hasn't even been out for a week. Yeah, I mean, the game kind of came in a weird state. It's kind of buggy. The game's a little buggy. And by a little buggy, I mean, I literally ran out of the moon drop area only to freaking get jump scared by nothing. And I didn't save after doing the little, like, turning on the generators and the moon drop thing, so I just died. And I had to restart that. So I can just pick my 5-year-old PC I can lag clip. Yeah, if it's a genuinely bad PC. So play security breach on a Nokia. Got it. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it comes down to. Play security breach on your Nokia, and you'll be all good in the hood. That is how it goes. That's the gist of things, if you will. What's your least favorite thing about streaming? So here's the thing. I actually don't... So I've come to really, really enjoy streaming. I think one of the hardest things about streaming specifically had to do with the stream that not a lot of people saw yesterday. I don't know if it was yesterday. It might have been the day before, but it was a certain day. Basically, I did a stream with Riley, and I am one of those people who can be both very extroverted and very introverted. However, if I am very introverted and I try to socialize a lot, aka through the act of like streaming or something, I fall apart at the seams. I really do. I fall apart at the seams. And that is exactly what happened on the last stream I did. That is the hardest part about streaming. I guess that's what you could say the least favorite thing is, but at the same time, that's not even having to do with streaming. That's more just a general characteristic that tends to not clash well with streaming of mine. But in terms of like, if I am extroverted like I am now and I can actually communicate, then I genuinely don't know if I have a least favorite. Maybe sometimes there's some toxic comments saying, do this, do that. But I used to hate that a lot more. Now I've come to be more okay with it. That's just how fan bases work. It's kind of just a whole thing. But, you know, I have some other way to play FNAF on the first ever made PC. So you just die when you talk to people on stream. It's kind of one of those, yeah, if I'm feeling really introverted, it just doesn't work well. The last time I streamed, it was terrible. Because again, not most of you guys, like 99% of you guys didn't see that stream. I deleted the VOD because I just didn't like it. But it was a 20-minute long stream. Which again, I usually, like, my shorter streams are at least like an hour. But like, this was like a 20-minute stream. I was just on a call with Riley playing Isaac, and I just collapsed at the seams. I got really anxious. I felt like I was like having a whole problem. Only OGs remember when Jordan had a mental breakdown over Undertale not working on stream. Yeah, admittedly, I will say the incident that I had with the last stream, like before this one, was worse than that. You don't want to pair me being introverted with trying to stream. You don't want that. You just don't. Admittedly, this was a very off the cusp decision to just stream right now because I'm actually a little bit sleepy. And I had just had lunch. So that's why this is likely just going to be like an hour-long chat stream. You know, just chilling with you guys overall. But I don't necessarily feel introverted. I just feel a little bit sleepy. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a pretty big difference. You love to see it, man. But yeah, chat. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you guys are prepared for the holidays. I know holidays are Christmas is my favorite holiday personally. So I really do try to appreciate it as much as I can because I really love the festivities of it all. Sorry, Hunt, my fault. Well, my fault. You feel sleepy. No, honestly, that's not even on you. That's not even on you. I ended up I never went for my early morning walk. I went at around like 10 or so. But no, you're good. You're good. You're completely good. What NFTs do you have screenshotted? None. Loogie Christmas ornament. Yeah. Oh, also, Sylvia, I just wanted to say, I heard about Loogie having to go to the vet. I hope he's doing okay. I hope he's doing a little better. You know, I love the boy Loogie. Loogie is the man. So I hope he is okay. Loogie Christmas ornament, though, that is very pug. And the Loogie would look really good as just a cool Christmas ornament. Get the world record for most NFTs screenshotted. Let me look that up. Hold on. What is the world record for the most NFTs screenshotted? So you wouldn't believe it, I guess there's not a world record, so what do you say I set the world record? Like, you know. Man's got injured again. How does he always get injured? How does he always get injured, bro? I don't even understand. We do a little trolling, chat. We do a little trolling. We do a little. Sorry, chat. I'm just messing with stuff in the back. Ava, I love your singing. Thank you! Thank you. Chat, I sang to my lovely significant other, Riley, for the first time yesterday, and I will admit, I felt a little insecure. But she didn't judge. She didn't judge. Super idol. Dad is home. No, dude. He leaves the house. Bro, Luigi gotta stop it. Sorry, guys, I'm gaming. Chat, what do you say? We do a little bit of. Chat, what do you say as a way to kind of cap off this stream? I say it like we're about to end it. This is kind of going to be the big thing I guess we do before the end of the stream. What do you guys say we do a tier list? Another tier list. And if so, what should we do a tier list on? Maybe games, whatever. I wanna come to a consensus on what you guys would want to see a tier list of. Because I will admit that cereal tier list we had got heated. Christmas food tier list, snack foods. Do tier list of FNAF animatronics. You know what? Actually, kind of based. That's kind of a based one. Okay, FNAF animatronic tier list. Oh, this is funny. How much of this does it have? Okay, so it doesn't have the security breach characters. It's got a weird cast that I don't think is like all of them. All FNAF characters tier list. Whoa, that is a lot of characters. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this literally goes all the way down from Fnaf One. Oh, dude. Dude. Animatronics ranked by hotness. I am not ranking it like that, chat. This is... Okay, yeah, no, we'll be here for a million years if we do that. So, here's what we'll do instead. FNAF game tier list. Because that one, I feel like, will be just pretty quick. Might make the stream end a little quicker, but... They have every game on here except Security Breach. Oh, no, they actually do have Security Breach. Okay, that's convenient. Okay, so, like... Okay, chat. So let me walk you through this. So, these are all the games. You got FNAF 1, 2, 3, 4, Ultimate Custom Nights randomly in there. VR Help Wanted, 6, Sister Location, World, AR, I actually kind of forgot about AR. Freddy in Space, which was that charity game. Security Breach, and then... The frick... Is it... Oh, wait a minute. I think Freddy... Wait, I don't actually know. Huh. Okay. Yeah, okay. So let me walk you through this. So, I don't think we need an S plus tier, to be honest. Don't think this tier is necessary. I also... don't think we need these two tiers. We don't need these. No, okay, we can actually keep F tier. We'll keep F tier. Okay, so this is just gonna be really quick. I think those are the books. Those are not the books. They're not. Okay, so starting out with FNAF 1. So interesting situation with FNAF 1 is that I think FNAF 1 holds up really well. For some reason, this game specifically still does really well in the art of, like, suspense. And as a result, I think because okay, here's the thing. I don't think it's S tier, mostly because it didn't expand on a lot of interesting mechanics, but it's the first game, so that's to be expected. I will give this one the fair pass of an A tier. I genuinely don't... Listen, I don't want to give it the bias of it's the first game, it's S tier. I don't want to give it that bias, chat. I don't want to give it that bias. It's a top A tier. It is not... It's not getting the bias, though, of S tier. Because I don't think it's S tier worthy. Okay. So, FNAF 2 might be one that I might ruffle some feathers about. FNAF 2 is going to go in C tier. Let me explain. Let me explain. It's a C tier for me. Mostly because, looking back, this game, I feel like, didn't really expand on anything hugely new. It was new mechanics, and that was it. New gameplay mechanics, but you don't expand upon much outside of that. It felt very static. It felt like there wasn't a lot of hype going into playing it. The trailers the trailer made things good. However, the actual gameplay didn't live up to it. 1020 mode was also just notorious for being just dumb. It was one of the dumber, like, all 20 modes, because RNG in that game was, like, stupid weird. I also think the way they juggle about using AI stuff is kind of a little janky in 2, and it doesn't work as well, and it just overall is not as fun of an experience. I don't think it's a bad game. I just think it's kind of There's some things they could have cleaned up. The FNAF 2 trailer was good. Yeah, no, I genuinely think the trailer was good. The whole London Bridge is falling down. The music they put in frickin' 2's trailer was kind of nutty. FNAF 3. So this is, again, going to be an interesting one because FNAF 3 is a commonly very mixed reviewed one. The gameplay is kind of mediocre. However, when I tell you that it is some of the most hyped marketing that a FNAF game has ever done, I really do mean it. And also from a lore standpoint, this game is so significant. It expanded upon the lore in such an amazing way, in a way that I don't think anyone would have expected. And therefore, despite the gameplay being kind of meh but okay, I'll put it in S tier. Plus, this game has a really huge soft spot in my heart. I have such a soft spot for this game. Again, it would probably go in low S tier for me, but it's S tier because outside of the partial bit of like gameplay aspects being kind of mediocre, this game was amazing. Genuinely. But now you have FNAF 4. So FNAF 4, aka my world record game, is very interesting because I never played this game much. 4 is F because you lost the record. Listen, I don't want to talk about it. 4 is definitely still one to me that holds up in terms of scare factor. And I know that's kind of a lot of what it was going for. Similar to FNAF 3, I give this one a lot of credit in the marketing aspect with the whole was it me thing, and they show like the nightmare animatronics, and you brighten up the image, there's something cool, and a lot of things hinting towards that. Again, similar to 3 was where they really started changing the pace. I think 4 is where they really emphasized on it a lot. I hated the plush trap minigame, dude. Plush trap minigame scared the crap out of me. This game is good. I like 4. I don't play it much, mostly because I have other games that seem to kind of override it. And originally I was thinking about putting it in B tier. Like high B tier. This game's good. Like this game's genuinely good. I think it is very, just for the solid point and click aspect of what FNAF is, 4 was good. 4 was really good, in my opinion. Now, let's see here. So I'm going to try and go in order with this. So FNAF World, I believe, was the next one that came. So FNAF World is interesting because the game actually was pretty well received. Scott is very well known for hating the game. He doesn't like the game and how it turned out. Me, personally, this gets an A tier. I just want to say that the RPG elements of this game hit so different. I was so giddy over my first time playing through this because the aesthetic of this game was kind of nuts, and I really was here for it. Now, there was obviously the revision version where they eventually made the actual world map exploration in like 3D or like 2.5D rather than being in that 8-bit style it was originally in. But FNAF World was genuinely great. I thought Sister Location was next. Sister Location came after FNAF World. So, like, there was teasers for Sister Location in the update to FNAF World. But I genuinely did like FNAF World. They also expanded upon it with Update 2, basically adding new endings. Like, it was genuinely good. The game was also very long in terms of content. I wouldn't say it was long. Like, speedrunners could probably get through it pretty quick. But the game was genuinely just a very chill, very fun experience to go through. And I really, really enjoyed it for what it was. World's DLC was kind of the teaser for Baby. Remember? Yeah, that was the thing. That's why it came before Sister Location. Now, as for Sister Location, here's the thing. This is an insanely easy S tier. This game is amazing in the franchise. It's a very big change of pace, not necessarily an aesthetic like 3 or 4 was. I mean, the aesthetic was definitely very new, but it wasn't, that aspect of like new aesthetic wasn't as fresh. But Sister Location was so different because rather than focusing so much on getting to 6 a.m., it was so focused on mission-based stuff, which is kind of, they ran it back with that in Security Breach. However, this game, like, it didn't keep you sitting in one spot. You know, the closest you had gotten to not sitting in one spot in the whole franchise prior to this was 4. This one, though, was like you moved to whole other rooms. And that whole idea to me was so cool. I remember a point thinking where Sister Location was going to be free roam. And it wasn't free roam, but it was definitely something new and something I really, really liked. This game also expanded upon lore stuff in a very interesting way. They even talked a little bit about Springtrap in Sister Location. In one of the endings, and it was just like Sister Location was just a great experience. The gameplay was good. The music being composed by like Leon Riskin, which was the composer of FNAF World. He did an amazing job. That main menu theme hits different, and just the game was great. I don't know if it's my favorite. 3 might still be a soft spot for me, but is genuinely really good. There was an animatronic with lots of eyes that gave me that. Oh, you're probably talking about Ennard. What came after this? I'm trying to think. I genuinely don't know if I'll put that. I have no idea what this is. I want to say, I think it was Pizzeria Simulator that came next. Yeah, it was Pizzeria Simulator. Maybe, I don't know. I think I'll rank AR real quick. So AR is kind of that weird one that like had a bit of hype at first and then it died down really quickly. AR is genuinely not bad. It's forgettable, but it's not actually bad, to be honest. AR isn't terrible. It just doesn't have a lot going for it, but it's okay though. Help Wanted is a game that I have played the non-VR version of, which is, I feel like it's not fair for me to be able to give a proper experience on that when the game was very centered around VR. Now, I heard this game was amazing, and from the gameplay that I saw, this is one I would genuinely put in, like, low A tier. Like, Help Wanted literally actually had a lot of cool qualities to it, and I feel like it would be unfair for me to be able to completely give it an S or anything or try to give it an S when I have never really played much of the game. And the version that I did play was the non-VR version. Let's see. I know Joy of Creation is a fan game, but what tier would it be in? Dude, I'd put that in S. Joy of Creation was insane. Joy of Creation was nuts. FNAF 6. I have a lot to say about this game. F tier. So let me explain. FNAF 6 goes in F tier for me by a long shot. This game was not good. The only good part of this game to me was literally the tycoon part. And I want to explain that. Essentially, the problem with 6 is the story is kind of discombobulated. The story just, it's awkwardly displaced in how it works. The whole salvaging thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I know FNAF 6 kind of has a setup into something that happens in Security Breach, but FNAF 6 as a whole felt confusing constantly. And I know FNAF lore is usually always kind of complicated. However, 6 felt like it wasn't going anywhere. The gameplay also felt weird and unfinished to a certain degree. And it just didn't feel like the game just wasn't great. It didn't feel like a FNAF game. It felt underwhelming for a FNAF game. And it felt like that Scott was really trying to leech still off of the formula from, leading up to like freaking FNAF 4 or something like that. Like he was really trying to leech off of like the FNAF 1 through 4 point and click style. Yet it just wasn't working. Like it didn't sit right. The Tycoon was actually fun. The Tycoon part was fun. I actually really enjoy the Tycoon part. And that is actually the biggest redeeming quality of the whole game. But the actual, like, supposed to be spooky part is not great. The one thing I will give this game, though, is the marketing was kind of genius. The whole idea of having this game be like, haha, I'm going to be making a for free Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria simulator. But it actually ended up being FNAF 6 and no one knew about it until release. I thought that was really cool. I genuinely thought that was an insanely cool detail. It also gave an excuse to have a free FNAF game outside of World. But, so that's really the only thing you're going to see in F tier for me. It genuinely just was kind of weird. Ultimate Custom Night is a solid A tier for me. Ultimate Custom Night was a game that I was actually really, really hyped for as someone who always enjoyed the custom nights in FNAF games and really loved the whole mechanic. But like literally, Ultimate Custom Night is pretty much everything that I always enjoyed in the custom night stuff. You could even randomize. If I remember, no, you might not be able to. I might be thinking of an Ultimate Custom Night fan game, but I think there was the option to like randomize the difficulties and put some animatronics on, some not. And of course, there was the infamous 50-20 mode, which was insane and is beatable. And I'm just like, whoa, dude! Like it's actually insane. Like it's actually insane. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Don't even remind me, dude. JJ was the worst thing. Or not JJ, DD. DD, that was the thing. It was the worst. But Ultimate Custom Night was genuinely just really good. I had a very fun time with Ultimate Custom Night, personally. And I just thought it was all around great. Now, as for the frickin'... I don't know what this is. Now, I'm going to base this off of the charity game. So this is the Freddy in Space charity game that was done for like some St. Jude charity stuff. And honestly, this was just a good B tier. It wasn't like you actually, I think if I remember, did actually have some lore that was kind of baked into this. That like game theory tried to decode and everything. The game itself was just a pretty fun experience. Like it was a pretty fun experience all around. Like it was definitely weird because I kind of forgot this game existed. But from what I remember, it was fun. It was fun getting to have it be so tied in with charity stuff as it was getting played. And I genuinely thought it was really, really cool. And I guess last but not least, now the game has only been out for... how many days? Let me look. FNAF Security Breach release date. It has only been out for 5 days. So you gotta bear with me here. Security Breach, in my mind, it's currently getting the bugs ironed out because the bugs are holding it back quite a lot. However, you can see a lot through the idea that they're really shooting for in Security Breach. And genuinely, I'm trying to think. Security Breach, to me, when you iron out the bugs, whenever the iron out bugs happen, A tier. So, I want to say A tier. Fury's Rage, hold on, let me look up what Fury's Rage looked like. Fury's Rage FNAF. What the frick was that? Security Breach, Fury's Rage. Yeah, what the frick was this? I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I literally had no idea this game was a thing. Am I that out of touch? I had no idea that was a game. No idea that was a game. It looks cool, though. It looks kind of like a Streets of Rage thing. Give it a complimentary B tier because it's like Streets of Rage. I've never even played it. I've never heard about Fury Rage. Yeah, literally never heard about it. It looks cool. I've never played it though. I will put it as an easy, just sitting at B tier. Now back to my opinion on Security Breach. Here's the thing about Security Breach. It is really, really good. I love how expansive it was upon the whole mall thing. When I initially heard that there was going to be this whole tie-in with like having it be in a big mall, I was like, yeah, but there's got to be some caveat that makes it actually like really small and you don't get to explore the whole thing. Security Breach, you really do get to explore the whole mall. And it's nuts because that was what I was hoping they would do, but I wasn't expecting them to do. It's genuinely really, really sick. There's a lot of unexpected things that you get to do in Security Breach, such as Glamrock Freddy literally being your buddy in the game. That is something I never would have expected, but I'm really, really here for it. You got Sundrop and Moondrop, really, really cool characters. Just cool new characters. Kellen Goff, also, by the way, the Funtime Freddy voice acting the both Sundrop, Moondrop, and Glamrock Freddy was a really cool detail. The only thing that I really am not a big fan of, that I will definitely say, and I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who has not played the game, but there is a very specific ending that I believe is supposed to be very significant in Security Breach that they kind of butchered. They butchered the ending. They butchered it from a lore standpoint, and it doesn't make much sense. And it's actually like a really significant one. Again, that's just the whole thing. That like it's a great game though. Like genuinely, the game is really good so far from what I can tell. The opinion could generally change because the game's only been out for like 5 days, but it's a genuinely great game. Of course, there's a bunch of bugs in the game right now, but it's been very much said that like they're working on ironing out the bugs. Of course, it has allowed for some really cool speedrun stuff. So really, I can't fault it that much outside of maybe the random, you're just in Freddy's suit and you get jump scared by nothing. Not even like Freddy's suit going low powered and then you just die because, his battery died. It's not even that. It's something completely different. But yeah, this is pretty much my tier list. Big things you need to know, TLDR about everything. Fnaf One, good game, good intro game. Actually is still kind of scary. I stand by that point. Fnaf 2, nothing special. Didn't really add much. A decent game, but it is definitely some of the weakest out of the first 4 games. Fnaf 3, huge soft spot for it. Was greatly marketed. The gameplay can be a little lackluster at times. However, the concept and the lore behind this game, and I think that being the general focus, really good. Fnaf 4, still scary as balls. And introduced quite a lot of new stuff to the series. It isn't great. It isn't one that I would go to by like a long shot with everything, but it's really good. FNAF World, generally speaking, just a great RPG. I really enjoy it. I know Scott doesn't like it, but it's genuinely really, really good. FNAF 6 sucks. It's a bad game. I don't like it. The Tycoon part is the only good part. Ultimate Custom Night, literally everything I could have wanted in a Custom Night thing. Sister Location, I'm doing these all out of order. Sister Location, amazing change of events for FNAF's stuff. It's still point and click, but partially still free roam. Great experience. FNAF AR, it's there. Freddy in Space and Fury's Rage. I don't know anything about Fury's Rage. Freddy in Space is great. And yeah, that is the rough idea of the tier list that I have for the FNAF games. How does this stream turn into a chill time to a tier list stream? Because I think tier lists can be pretty chill, except for when people get heated about your opinion of deciding to put... Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten flamed for putting FNAF 2 in, like, C tier. The amount of times I've gotten flamed for that is ridiculous. Now, FNAF 6 is actually interesting, though, because I've had some people... The way I've had FNAF 6... be a disagreeing point, as a lot of people are like, you put FNAF 6 as like the worst FNAF game, but then I list my reasons and they're like, oh, it's Freddy in Space, a fan game. No, it's a game that was actually made for charity. It was for a charity event, but it does exist. It's an official game. And it was pretty fun. It was a pretty fun game. I don't even think the game's readily available though. I think they actually they made it so that it was very limited time. Freddy in Space game Jolt. People might have re-uploaded the game, to be honest. Freddy in Space 2. Yeah, Freddy in Space 2 was the thing. So, like, the game is still available, actually. I think there was just a whole thing of, like, there was a specific ending you wouldn't be able to get if it was outside of the charity event, which is a very interesting mechanic. But no, the game's still available, and it was really, really cool. And again, I feel like people nowadays, they don't talk about it, which sucks because it's genuinely really good. It's genuinely really good. But yeah, no, chat. That's my that is my tier list of all the FNAF games, the official ones. Hopefully this isn't too much of a salt-inducing tier list. I think this is a fair tier list. You know, like, wasn't Freddy in Space and FNAF World? Yes, but this is actually Freddy in Space 2. It's like its own separate thing. But with that being said, chat, I pretty much came onto this stream with just very chill vibes in mind, just to like chat with you guys for like an hour, see how you guys are doing. So with that being the case, we are going to end off this stream. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. Per usual, I love having you guys over on stream. I love when you guys are able to tune in. It's always a great experience all around, getting to have you guys come into chat. I'm glad I could actually be extroverted this time and properly interact with you guys. It's a generally good experience. So thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you for being such a great community. Thank you for bearing with me during these really rough times of just me having this very weird, unmotivated thing. My plan is around New Year's is when I want to really try and hop back into it, really dive back into things. Of course, I'll probably still be posting videos before then, but in terms of really trying to get something consistent going, I don't think I'm going to focus too heavily on that until the New Year's rolls around. But you will be seeing my year in review on December 31st or January 1st. So you'll be seeing it then. And there's a lot, obviously, I have to talk about this year for 2021's year in review for me. There's a lot to cover. So, yeah, hopefully you can be on the lookout for that. Hopefully we'll be on stream pretty soon. But without further ado, I am going to hop out of here. So thank you all so much for joining me. I love you guys to death. You guys are an amazing community. And I hope to see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye, guys!